Hello, everybody. It's still Sunday, and it's still me. Just saying. So, another chaos convoy. Ready for it? You think they would have learned something from what went on in Ottawa up here. But anyway, let's get into this one, shall we? So, well, here they come, calling themselves God's Army, and self-proclaimed patriots are invading the southern border like locusts and calling this the Take Back Our Border Convoy. It's more like the Caron Convoy. Seriously. They're trying to recruit ex-police officers, military folk, and other freedom-fighting, law-abiding, freedom-loving Americans to join them. Keith Self, Republican from Texas, House Veterans Affairs Committee, says, I support this. Well, of course you do. You're a Republican living in Texas. You support everything that isn't going to help anybody. Just saying. The convoy's leaving, left Virginia Beach. First day with the new lips. Just saying. Because they have huge border issues that they're concerned about. So they traveled to Eagle Pass, Yuma, Arizona, and I know I'm going to murder the name of this town, San Ysidro, California. They say they're fed up with the way Joe Biden has handled the border. Well, where the fuck were you when the Mango Moose Knuckle got into office and his policies did nothing to stem the tide whatsoever? He built a fence, they built a bigger ladder. Ta-da. 2017, the numbers started to exponentially rise when he took over. That's right, exponentially rose. And he did nothing but put cruel measures in place and blame shithole countries. That was the reason for it. Remember, big caravans are coming, it's election time. But anyway, since Biden's been elected, from day one, he handed a comprehensive border plan, which has been, in small parts, in motion. 6.3 million encounters, both at and between the ports of entry, 2.4 million admissions into the country, where most are in active removal processes. Since the surge in December, numbers of migrants have decreased 50% in January, according to U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. You know, the people actually work there, just saying. And the Customs and Border Patrol has removed, returned, or expelled the majority of the rest of the migrants at the southwest border and have stepped up enforcement. The parole the Republicans are talking about is migrants coming from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, Venezuela, and Colombia. And they are given an improved status because of the fascist regimes, the persecution, prosecution, political chaos in their countries. And these immigrants have family in the United States and are, for lack of a better word, being sponsored to go to those families where the families that take them in will be responsible for them. So looks like if Trump gets in, they're leaving one fascist regime to come to another one. Just saying. The border crisis is severely underfunded and broken. Wait times are at least 2 years, which also acts as an incentive to get in the door, learn the language, and get to work so they can start paying taxes and whatnot before Trump's court will order them to go back. Now, resources are at a bare minimum, and backlogs are the result of that. So Biden has made 535 actions in the 3 years that he's been in office compared to Trump's 472 in his 4 years. Biden actually expanded Title 42 to cover migrants from more countries and paired it with a parole system. Now, in the Senate, a strict bipartisan border bill was all ready to go, but Mini Mike I Got No Johnson spent endless hours on the phone with President Trump, not President Trump, rapist Trump, defending Trump, spent time on there with him, and Trump was scolding him and telling him to squash the border bill so it would make Trump look good if he gets back in office. Now, let's face it, he's a rapist, and that's not a good look on anybody. It's just not. Now, Mini Mike said no matter what the Senate does, that bill would be dead on arrival because Mango Moose Knuckle told him. Not because he hasn't even looked at the bill from the Senate. Hasn't even looked at it, hasn't read it. So he doesn't even know what's in it. So anyway, any border shutdown authority that allows even one illegal crossing is a non-starter. Thousands crossing each day is outrageous. The number must be 0. To me, that's like Mike getting his porn on a different IP address. That's right. So his son won't see it on his cell phone. It's not going to do any good. Boy's going to porn, I guess. But anyway, there are folks coming in from airports all throughout the United States of America. Maybe they should try Atlanta. That's your biggest airport there, isn't it? And I think O'Hare's pretty big, and you got LaGuardia and a lot of the other big ones, and LAX. And why don't you worried about those points of entry that people are coming in? It's just like, it's so much stupid, I can't handle it. It really is. They're all worried about that southern border, but what about all the people that are pouring in from all across the world at all regular airports? I don't know. It's a mystery to me. So yeah, that's where he's going. One, illegal. Well, I'm sorry. People coming here to travel on a travel visa aren't going back home. Anyway, Johnson says Section 212F grants the president broad rights to curtail the border. So why didn't Trump do that from 2017 to 2021 when he ran on stopping the massive caravans and the hordes of people coming into the country? Why? Because he's all talk, lights, camera, action. That's right. Or inaction in his case. No action whatsoever. He just likes to talk a good game, but he can't follow through. Biden is trying to get a law passed that would be the toughest and most fair reforms that there has ever been in the country. So, as of March of last year, he secured more resources for the southern border than any other president ever. $25 billion went for U.S. Customs Border Patrol and ICE. Almost $800 million more than the year before, and they hired 350 Border Patrol agents. Now they want to get almost up to like 2,300, 400 immigration lawyers and stuff like that. You got to get this paperwork moving. Paperwork ties up everything. Let's get that stuff going. $1 billion to help the countries where the migrants are coming from so they can shore up their own side of the immigration borders there and stem corruption and provide more safety in communities there. So a lot of money's going there. If you go to the source of the problem, you can usually tie things up pretty good. And if at any time there are more than 5,000 migrants illegally crossing in one day, the Biden administration will close the border. Now they're going on about 5,000 people in one day. That's a lot of people. But you know, it's only like 1.6 million people. And you got like over 6 million jobs that need to be filled in the United States. So I'm thinking, once they're vetted, put them to work. So here's what I think. It doesn't matter how jacked up the border crisis gets, there will be no Republican solution until the mango moose knuckle allows them to keep the country secure. Stop fentanyl from coming across all the borders. That's what we're always raging about. And airports. Kids will still be trafficked. Coyotes will continue to extort desperate families. And fentanyl will continue to ruin families and take lives. They don't care. If they're willing to put this off until when and if Trump gets in November, you know how many people are going to die of fentanyl overdoses and poisonings between now and then? They don't care about that. Obviously, they have all these hearings on it, but you know they don't care now because they have the bill. The Senate's got it, and it's all bipartisan and stuff. And he said, nope, we're not going to do it. It's going to be dead in the water. Yeah, so they don't care. Let the country go back to what Trump wanted before. Remember these talks? They want to go back to alligator moats, electric fences, spiked walls. And why can't we just shoot them in the legs? Anything. As long as President Biden is in office, they will let people die. If Trump wanted these laws passed, he would have done it in his 4 years of sitting on his parts and eating hamburgers and doing kafefe and all the rest of the stuff. So I'm just saying, please do something. Talk to your congressmen, your senators, and vote like there's no tomorrow. Go to these friggin' primary caucuses and primaries that are coming up and vote. It is a desperate situation, just saying. And it's getting that bad up here in Canada too. Naughty Nana loves you. Be good, be safe, and be good to you first so you can be good to somebody else. Naughty Nana loves you. If you're new to the channel, like me, love me, share me. And please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. Had a couple new ones the other day. Enjoyed talking to them. Okay, you take care of you. Love you. Love you, love you. Mm-mm.